What's up, guys? Welcome back to the World XP Soccer channel. We've got another player spotlight for you guys. This is my teammate Nick. How you doing, man?
Good, good. How about yourself?
Not too bad. So, what position do you play?
I play center back and CDM.
Very nice. So obviously we played together on the same Arlington team. What is your pregame meal or routine?
All right, so my pregame routine usually is some stretching. I do like a full body stretch before I go out to the field. So that just consists of maybe like 10 to 15 minutes, just getting a full body, trying to get everything hamstrings, calves, getting my core activated, getting my ankle mobility in. And then for the meal, I usually try to carb load pretty heavy, especially if it's going to be, a full 90-minute game, just being prepared to play. And also just making sure I get a lot of hydration in, making sure, especially on game day, right from the morning, even the night before. If I know it's going to be hot, I have these like electrolyte little packets that I take just for the day before, just in case, just to prevent cramping and help with all that type of stuff. But water is a huge thing. Water is, I think, the most important thing when it comes to like cramping and making sure you're able to last and not be affected too much by the hot weather, especially during the summertime. But yeah, I usually keep it simple though in terms of food and meals. I usually have, if we're playing later in the day, breakfast. I have a pretty big breakfast, and that usually consists of like a protein oatmeal. I've been having that for the past like 4 years. Started having that in college when I was playing at VCU, which is like a cup and a half of oats, quick oats, and then add some milk to it, put it in the microwave, and then add some protein powder to it. And so I usually have that with like a banana, and then maybe two if I'll have like some eggs and maybe like a breakfast sandwich too. So like two breakfasts, and then maybe like 2.5 to 3 hours before the game I'll maybe have like a tuna fish sandwich just because for me, I always used to have the tuna cans. I always eat a bunch of tuna in a can, a lot of protein, and I'll just have that with like bread, and I'll maybe add just a little bit like a hot sauce on that. And that's something my body's used to. So a lot of the food that I eat, it's nothing new, nothing different. On each game day, it's relatively the same. And so, yeah, if I have rice, then I'll maybe eat some rice with tuna, but just really focus on the carbs, really.
Very nice. I think everybody that's gone so far said a very similar thing. What is your ideal five-a-side team? Uh, current players only, current pro players.
Current pro players, well, of course, five-a-side team. My number one goat is gonna have to be Messi, of course. Um, yeah, I'm gonna put Messi in there. I'm gonna put my boy, the most informed man on the planet right now, Cole Palmer. Chelsea fan, so that's why I'm picking it. That's why I pick him. But regardless, I'd still pick him. And then let's see for defense. Hmm. Really liking Guardiola right now. I think he's been pretty good for Man City. Scored a couple goals in their last couple of games that really helped them out. I know they ended up losing in the Champions League, but for Man City and to win the title, he came up pretty big, and it's cool how he was able to prove himself and get into that starting lineup towards the end. So yeah, Guardiola, Cole Palmer, Messi. Who else do we have?
One more outfield player or goalkeeper and goalkeeper.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Let me think. Who's Oh, I'm gonna go Mainu. I love Mainu from Man United, bro. These are like these aren't just like your top 20, like top 10 player. Mainu is disgusting, and he's a young lad too. I like him. And for goalkeeper, I'm going to have to go. Hmm, who do I like right now? Mm, who's that? The tall Italian guy who plays on?
Spurs?
No, he G the guy who was like really young playing in the like who's Italian, really tall guy, a goalkeeper.
Donnarumma?
Yeah, Donnarumma. Yeah, I like him. I like him.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'll
That's a
take him.
good outside the box squad. I like it.
Yeah, yeah. So
All
that's
right.
my starting five.
We'll go a couple quick hit questions. Short sleeves and gloves.
You
Yes or
said
no? Short sleeves and gloves. Yes or no?
no chance. No, no, hell no, hell no, no.
Roll down socks like Grealish. Yes or no?
Yes, I actually used to do that too when I did that one summer, but it was an awful summer for my team, so I stopped doing it because I remember Dybala used to do that too
Mm-hmm.
way back as well. But I would say yes, yes, yes. I did it for one summer. I don't do it anymore, obviously, but yeah, I rate it. I rate it.
Fair enough. Lampard, Gerrard, or Scholes?
I'm gonna have to go Lampard. I'm gonna have to go
Ooh.
Frank.
Xavi and Iniesta, or Cruz and Modric?
Xavi Iniesta for sure. Just don't get me wrong, they're both goated pairings, but just Xavi Iniesta, especially with that time with when they played with Messi and they just had that possession-based team. It was one of the best football teams I think ever to live. So definitely them.
Bale or Salah?
Mm. I have to go Bale, especially like his come up from Spurs and just going to the Real Madrid. And there's not that many players that have that sort of journey. And then when they do, it's hard to really fulfill that. And one could say that, like Bale's like mentality, and especially towards the end, he maybe wasn't like it's so hard because you have so much expectation around you. Going to Real Madrid, it's almost like you have to be like picture perfect in every sense. But nonetheless, you see all the goals and the highlights and the contributions that he made to Real Madrid, especially in like the Champions League final, that bicycle kick. Like, are you kidding me? And Salah for sure for like 1 or 2 years was like, oh my God, this guy is like top three player in the world. But I still would take Bale, especially with him at Spurs and then going to Real Madrid, scoring that goal, having that goal against Barcelona where he just runs down the line, helping out. Honestly, every time his name was called, he did what he had to do. So I gotta respect that. So I'll go Bale.
100%. Last question for you. One piece of advice for younger players trying to make it, whether it's to D1 college or just college generally or pro or whatever.
Yeah, I would just say it's a lot of sacrifice. Understand the sacrifice and understand if it's something that you want to do, that there will be sacrifices made, whether that's, like whatever. Like if you really are serious about playing at the divisional level or just pro level, you got to understand it might cost you your summers for growing up. You might not be able to go on these vacations. You might not go able to hang out with your friends and party. And you can make time for that. It's all about balance, but you need to make sure if that's a number one priority, then treat it like it's a number one priority. And you got to understand that there's going to be things that you miss out on, but it'll be worth it in the end, surely, because you'll look back and see that, okay, I gave myself a fair shot and I put the work in and I worked towards something I really wanted to do. And most of the time, that work doesn't it pays off in some sense for sure. And you get at least look back and saying I did what I wanted to do and what I had to do to give myself the best shot. So just understanding the sacrifice, and if you're really serious about it, shooting for it and being real with your word and staying consistent.
100%. Any last nickels before we get you out of here?
Nope, that's pretty much it. That's everything for me. Always got repping Arlington. Real quick, I actually played for Arlington. This is a little um, you know, trivia, interesting facts about me. When I grew up, the first travel team that I played for was Arlington. And it's funny because I didn't make the travel team like in third or second grade. I didn't make it 2 years in a row. So I would play like on the academy team, which back the academy now is like a really good level. But back then it was just like all the kids who didn't make travel. And the third year I tried out, I didn't even make any of the teams, but then they made a D team because there were just so many kids in Arlington. So I played on the D team, but it was cool because our D team ended up beating the C team in like a tournament. So that was a highlight definitely when I was like in third or fourth grade. And then, so yeah, I played for Arlington for like 3, 4 years. So it's my childhood club. So
Full circle. Full
full circle
circle.
moment. Yeah, yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Um, Thank you guys for listening. Stay tuned for another player spotlight. If you want to hear the rest of Nick's story, we're going to go into way further detail on the World XP podcast. Link will be in the description below. Go check that out, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.